Yeah, that's right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. I'm a little behind in my own schedule today, but that is all right. Yes, morning and goodly morning to you too. Brandon in Australia, that's right. Mick from AZ. Brandon, you were first today by a rabbit hair. Anyways, I hope everybody is doing good. We ended up, God, we got a crap ton of rain today. We really needed it. There were flood warnings all around Northwest Arkansas here. All kinds of fun. What can you say? But at least it's calmed down for now. And that is a good and great, wonderful thing. Only got to 70 today. That's really nice. Could use the relief, but I thought I heard that by the weekend it's going to creep up into 80 and then it might start going. And I'm like, hell. So I guess I'll just enjoy the day or two of at least of cool stuff before it starts getting ridiculous again. I trust hopefully everybody is doing well. Yes. The tribal chief, wise man, is right. You off today, or are you dealing with the oil changes? James, always good to see you here too. Yes, indeed. This one here, I know, right? Very strange title, but there's a very good reason for the title today. You're all going to learn some things, just like me. That's how this works. Psychoplatters, we educate and entertain. This is the goal that we've been doing now for almost 15 years. And we're not, this is an ever-evolving thing. A thing, you know what I'm saying? He got off a little early, went in at 7 in the morning. Yes, 7 in the morning to start. Yeah, same here over in my side of hell. It was, boy, was it a day. I'll tell you that. The morning was ridiculous, but the afternoon kind of slightly leveled it off, so it was all right. Anyways, I hope everybody was doing good in whatever part of the world you're in. I was commenting to one of my, because I had somebody, one of my regional people, they knew I did this show. I'm a regional supervisor, management, whatever the hell they are. And they asked if I still do this, and I go, yeah. I said, yes, I do. Almost 15 years now. I said, we're almost worldwide. I said, we just need an Eskimo in Antarctica. I said, we will have viewers of Psychoplatter in all 7 continents. That's right. I know, kind of strange. Yeah, I bet. Bob Fosse, there's a name for you. Yo, Paul, how are you, my friend? Powered by coffee each and every stream. That is absolutely right. I don't think I could live without it, to be honest with you. My birthday's in a couple of weeks. I will have drank coffee for 45 years. I'm guessing the coffee back in 1980 was a lot better than 2025. I just can't remember. It's true. Yes, and the tribal chief, the OTC one, is going to wrestle Bronson Reed at Clash in Paris. I think personally, one of the more stupid matches is the John Cena Logan Paul thing. But from what I heard, is that possibly Brock Lesnar might be Lesnar and Cena might be the next PLE coming out of WWE. I don't know how true that is yet. It was whispered around on WrestleMania. I was looking at that. This weekend, if you live in Tulsa, they have a RetroCon. Sergeant Slaughter will be there the whole Saturday and Sunday. Yes. They went off and mentioned the first guest of the Rogers Comic-Con, which is near me here, that they're going to bring Kel Mitchell from Good Burger. That's the first guest that's announced. I don't know. Hopefully they'll have better guests so they can say, not knocking Good Burger. I think Good Burger's all right. It was all right. I remember it. Sometimes it makes me want a good burger. You know what I'm saying? Just a really good greasy, cheesy, messed up burger. Yes, yes, yes. I'm meaning to go down to. There's a place in about 2 towns down that they hand make their burgers, and they go off and they deep they put the fries in beef tallow. Yes, just like McDonald's did pre-90s. Beef tallow. You can't see me. See, I don't know now that he's back to being a quote good guy. If you can't see him now, because when he was a heel, you could see him. Everybody in the world could see him. Especially everybody could see him when he was naked at the Oscars. Let's not forget that, ladies and gentlemen, that he went to the Oscars naked. What was the point of that? There wasn't one. Well, yeah, humiliation ritual, but I wouldn't have done it. I don't give a shit what if my career would have. Well, I don't have a career, I guess. Oops, oh well. Apologize to China, so help me. And I don't mean the female wrestler China. I miss her. She was gorgeous. And like I said, I'll always treasure the couple minutes me and her got to yip yap together. Back in the days when French fries tasted good, no kidding, right? Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Oh man, I got about 2 weeks from today, cataract surgery. Telling you, I'm just slightly nervous. I'm not scared or nothing. I'm just slightly nervous. I'll get through it, right? We got to get through it. That's how this works. This mighty psycho doesn't feel so mighty lately. I miss China too, damn it. But from what I heard, I mean, when I met her, she just started in WWE. She was still, I don't want to say she wasn't completely naive, okay, but I mean, she was, she had that a little slight air of it, okay, along with, she just was beautiful and just sweet and pretty nice, you know. I have her autograph, seriously, somewhere. If I could find the damn card that her and Triple H signed from when I met them in the 90s. The kids met him too, but they just probably don't remember. And I took all the kids that day to the Town Expo. Yes, remember Town Expos? That's right. It was in Crystal Lake, Illinois. Yes, yes, yes. I would also say, though, I don't know if it's good or bad that I have seen the like the clips of several of the adult films that China was in. That's all I'm saying. All right. I'll tell you one I wouldn't want to see, and of course she's gone too, because for a very long time people were questioning whether or not was she really a jacked up female or was she a dude. It was Nicole Bass. Remember Nicole Bass? She was in ECW, and she was like, for a little bit she was like Shawn Michaels' bodyguard. I always thought that was kind of odd. Just saying there. All right, so I lost half my audience in a matter of 8 minutes. So I wonder what came up. I saw Williams up for some reason or another. I remember catching that. Oh well, can't win them all. Let's see. Yeah, you know, I mean, remember her as She-Hulk, and Hawkeye was, never mind. Stacy Keibler was all right. Of course, then it would have been really funny if somehow she had a stable, like a little wrestling stable, and there was a short wrestler, you know, like maybe 4 foot. Then that would have been the Keibler Elf. I never said these jokes were any good, okay? Yes, Chris. Hello. Yeah, I know you said you missed the one the other day. Speaking of that, though, or should I say, if you didn't get a chance to see Shootbox from Hell, we put up a new episode yesterday, episode 61, Guns N' Roses, The Spaghetti Incident from November 1993. Check that out if you've not had a chance to. I'm going to put that on a couple GNR fan groups on Facebook, so just to get a little traction for the video. the next episode, which will be done, I don't know, in the next week or two, from April 1987, the album from David Bowie, Never Let Me Down. That'll be what our next episode of JFH will be. Any nice gang. Oh, so where is Toby-Wan Kenobi? Toby-Wan Kenobi, that's a very good question. There she is. You know what? She does have cat Jedi powers. She like briefly camouflaged herself, so I could not see that she's on the arm of the teal couch over there. She's got her feet stuck, underneath her, and she kind of looks like she's a little Zen-like pose. Yes. She's probably just trying to not have to hear crazy grandpa. I don't know what it is with her lately. I love having her over here, but she don't want to be with me. I don't stink. Last time I checked. I don't know, whatever. Toby-Wan Kenobi. We gotta make that. Gotta find that Kenobi robe and a catnip-infused crocheted lightsaber. Anyways, so we got some, I'm not going to lie to you, we got some strange music here today. And I'll explain why. I went off and I think I told you guys on Tuesday's episode that I was planning on going down to my local record store, which, I ended up doing that. I'm not going to mention the name because there's a story I'm going to talk about here that's not related exactly to the record store haunt I did, but I just thought it was quite interesting. She's using the kitty force. Yes, I could see that. She could hypnotize if there was any mice. She could hypnotize, and she's just sitting there going, whatever. You comfy over there, kitty? All right. Doesn't look too comfy, but don't take your word for it. But so I sold a stack of vinyl, probably about 40 to 50 albums, roughly. I've been culling on and off every couple of months, stuff that I just really aren't going to listen to or such. And I got a decent price for what I got. But then we were talking about other music. And he, the owner of the store, he showed me this. And I said, well, hang on then. He said, hey, I've been listening to a lot of this lately, and there's a series of these. Ethiopics. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is volume 3. Okay. And yes, this is Ethiopian jazz. I didn't even know there was such a thing. I'm trying to get the booklet out here. Did I get it stuck? Probably. I'll just go this way with it. And let's see. This is basically, okay, it says 1969 to 78. There's a lot of text, but there's a little bit of pictures. Sorry. And unfortunately, I cannot understand. I cannot comprehend. Although I'm thinking that based on some of the wording, that maybe this was a French company doing this, or whatever have you. But just stuff like that, And so I'm going to play you a pair of songs from this comp. Now, bear with me because my It's really hard sometimes to come up with figuring this out, but this one here that I'm going to play for you, and I played short pieces. These are both 3 minutes each because I really did not want to give you long ones in case they were something else we didn't care to listen to. Yes, the natives are restless. Is that, yeah, the girl singer's Rose Murphy. That's right. She's on a busy line. So this one here that I'm going to present to you first, and I'm sorry, like I said, I only know that these are 1969. Do you have 2 direct streams on your channel today? Hang on a minute. Not entirely sure what you're talking about. Two direct streams on your channel today. I don't know what you mean. This is my first one of the day anyway. But I present to you, well, I know I'm going to butcher this, unfortunately. Lama Wen Tekwabelech. Oh boy, I know I butchered this. But just see what you think about this for a little bit. Oh, very nice. Anyways, so we made a new DJ stream with my new mixing table on my stream today. A very good Norwegian record from '96. I saw that, Ivan. That was a good record. Never heard of it before. Yes, indeed. And Ivan, by the way, I took a look for a minute while I was playing that, and yeah, for some reason it showed it was the same episode, but it was going to be an upcoming, like an alert. So I wiped that part. So it's just this very confusing. I don't even know how that happened, to be honest with you. We have one other one that I want to play, and this one here. Oh boy, I'm probably going to butcher this too. But this one is called Te Gedilshem. Te Gedilshem. Let's see if you guys dig this. Hey, Sean.
እንዴት ይረሳል ያ ሁሉም ነገር ያኔ ያልሻችሁ አንቺ ትረሽ እንደው እንጂ እኔ መቼ ረሳዋለሁ ድሮ የተማከርነውን ዛሬ አስታውሰዋለሁ ላለፈው አልቆጣሽም ሳትበይ በግድ የለሽም እንድኖር በደስታ በሳቅ ጨዋታ በፍቅር መድረክ አሳየን ፈገግታ ይቅር ኩርፍታ አንቺ ትረሽ እንደው እንጂ እኔ መቼ ረሳዋለሁ ድሮ የተማከርነውን ዛሬ አስታውሰዋለሁ ላለፈው አልቆጣሽም ሳቂ በይ በግድ የለሽም
Anyways, now you got a taste of that too, though. So I'm gonna have to play the rest of that. That was like a first couple tracks on there, but like I said, not bad, not bad. I think for what I've heard so far, I don't mind, especially because it didn't cost me a damn thing. Trying out different things. Psycho Splatters does not have a very expensive lawyer. I am not Rick Beato or Professor Brock. My legal group is Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. That's who my lawyers are. You never know what to expect when Lisa's on the stream. I got to see some of that with Dusty last night. That was really good. Yes, the Ethiopian music group. Oh boy, somebody's always going to come after me. Funky stuff. Yes. Hi, Lisa. So anyways, so Ethiopics. Like I said, hope everybody's doing real good. Let's see, what other fun do I happen to have in store? Well, let's see. I think we might go next. Oh, by the way, before I go any further, continued prayers of healing to Ethan Alexonian, who he did get released from the hospital. Okay, very happy about that. He messaged me privately as well. He was on here Tuesday briefly. That was him. And then also for Mark Lindsay, who of course had that pacemaker put in a couple days ago on that. So all right. Anywho, So we got do a little bit of rare record rewind. The triple R, ladies and gentlemen, rare record rewind. There you go. Food from He's very good. So I've got 3 of them, 3 different ones I want to play. So this first one here, from 1968, Bobby Wells, Let's Cop a Groove. Yes. That's right. Bobby Wells, Let's Cop a Groove. Yes, cop is a slang word you don't hear anymore. Now, unless you're watching something like this. I don't know. Things were so different back then. They were a lot more funkier and a lot more cooler. Okay, so I forgot about the record store story. So my buddy, like I said, who owns the record store, he was talking about how that tomorrow, because this is in a college town, okay, lots of young people, that they're going to have a listening party for the new Sabrina Carpenter album. Now, I don't know I've heard the name, don't know the music, any of that stuff, right? But, so this new album that's coming out Friday, I guess Wednesday morning, he got an email and it said, hey, guess what? We're going to have an exclusive edition, which I don't blame him for being frustrated. He's like, damn it. He goes, nobody's going to want the one that's coming out Friday. In other words, he ordered this stuff and, he might get stuck with it. And I'm just like, well, this is what record companies love to do, and it's greed. It's all about greed. They don't care about the fans of the music. It's greed, people. All the women were so hot in the 60s. Yeah, they had those mini skirts, micro skirts. Oh, boy. She's got one song I like, says Chris. But anyways, I can understand the frustration thing. And then, what was it? I saw that, I can't remember whose damn video I saw in the last day or two. Basically, Rhino's Rocktober series. And Mello will probably watch this on the replay, I guess, unless he shows up while I'm doing this. But the first 3 albums from Mr. Bungle are getting released on vinyl. I know Mr. Bungle's like one of his favorite bands, indeed. But I noticed those, and I think a New York Dolls release, and there was a handful of other ones. Well, no, just like I said, I was coming up, bringing up about how my buddy who owns a record store is going to have a Sabrina Carpenter listening party, and there's going to be like free posters and stickers and buttons and shit. Now, what he did say though is the week before, the new Deftones came out. Okay, I like the Deftones. I'm not current with the Deftones music, but I remember that one with the owl on the cover. That one I thought was pretty good. But he sold 50 copies of that. I think it was album and CD. So I'm like, good for him, that at least that there's 50 fans. Didn't the first Funkadelic album get a reissue? I don't know, Sean, but I will tell you this. I found out that George Clinton is coming to Fayetteville, Arkansas. I think it's in November. And I'm not promising, but I would love to maybe go and see that. That would be pretty funky, I would say, indeed. Listen to the new Wolf Alice album, The Clearing. One of the best new albums of 2025. I've heard the name Wolf Alice, but I have not heard the music. I'll have to check out Wolf Alice also. All right. So Rare Record Rewind number 2 from 1971. This one's an instrumental. A little more twangy there this time. Jimmy Caps with Roadhog. Still fun though. Nice. That's right. Roadhog, indeed. Cool, Daddy-o. Oh, man. Do me a favor if you care to. Hit the like button if you so desire. And please subscribe to Psycho Splatters if you haven't done so already. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies about this little weird channel that's here in the VC, a.k.a. me. You just never know what the hell we're going to talk about, what the hell we're going to play, and what the heck everything else is going on. And that's the whole thing. And like I said, once in a while, if inclined, please donate. All the money stays in the show. All the donations stay in the show. Cheap coffee, cheap records, hell, even cheap CDs, even though that one didn't cost me a damn thing, and or to offset the StreamYard fee at the monthly. Reminds me of an old country track, Hamtramck Mama by the York Brothers. Hey, you got me on that one, Sean. You do. All right. This last rare record we rewind. And cheap sunglasses. Cheap host. Yeah, I'm a cheap host too. What can I say? I'll admit it. No, not. Well, actually, I take that back. There is going to be a little bit, teensy weensy. And that's part of the show. Teensy weensy. Anyways, last song of the Rare Record Rewind from 1969. It's a cover song. The Magic Stray doing their version of I'm Into Something Good.
Woke up this morning feeling fine. Got something special on my mind. Last night I met a new girl in the neighborhood. Something tells me I'm into something good. She's the kind of girl that's not too shy. And I can tell I'm what kind of girl. She put a spell on me like I knew she would. I know something, I'm into something good. I know something, I'm into something good.
That's who it was. Thank you. That's who videos I saw. Yes, I do. I love 45s.
Last night I met a new girl in the neighborhood. Something tells me I'm into something good. I walked her home and she held my hand. I knew it couldn't be over last stand. So I could see her next week and she told me I could. Something tells me I'm into something good. Something tells me I'm into something good. Something tells me I'm into something
That's right, Magic Story 1969. I am into something good. Just never know what you're going to hear on this show, right? You're absolutely right. Toby! Toby!
Yeah. Yeah.
Toby!
Yeah.
Toby! Don't go nowhere. I'm going to get some coffee. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Toby! Come here. Come here. Hey, Diva. Diva cat.
Wait.
Diva. Come on. Yes, no, maybe so. I love this kitty cat. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I love my grand cat. You're my furry grand cat. Yes, that's right. Gotta have you on. At least for a minute or two. Yes. I love you, little diva. I love you anyway. You want to say anything to the gang out there? No? Maybe? Possible? Could be? True. No? All right. Anywho, see, I had to try to get at least a little brief cameo appearance. Let's see, hey, Aria, Sean, Dave, you big fan of Mr. Bungle. Don't know their music real well. I know a member of Faith No More is in that band. That's right, Mike Patton. I did one of my Jukebox from Hell's was on Mr. Bungle's first album. It's way back there in the library of the episodes. And of course, that's because Mello wanted me to do it, so I did. Yep, there you go. Let Diva lose. Let Diva loose. It's a rat in the kitchen. There is no rats in the kitchen. Toby the BB Ham. That's right. Hey, Doug, how you doing? I've been on 42 minutes. Toby Bryant. That's right. Oh, yep. There you go. Let me get a little bit more coffee. Don't nobody run away, and then we're going to go into the Daily Dandy. That's right. This one's a little more newer. Well, thanks for everybody staying here. That's good. That's nice. Anyways, yes, is John Anderson is my man. All right. So for the Daily Dandy today, since I haven't done one in a few episodes, this one's for 2019. This is the last original studio album that Black Oak Arkansas has released, called Underdog Heroes. Okay, 2023 they did put out a covers album called Devil's Jukebox, which we played Space Lord, the Monster Magnet, the cover of their Monster Magnet song. Played that, God knows, about a month or two ago. This time, though, there's a little bit more of an interesting story for this song. So there's a track on this one I'm going to play called Do Unto Others, all right? It's about 5 minutes long. Sean Lane is on guitar. We've talked about Sean Lane before. We've showed little clips of Sean Lane before. Sean Lane, of course, guitarist from 78 to 82, all right? He started out when he was 14 years old. It's kind of real strange. Jim Dandy was his legal guardian for a couple of years. Can you imagine that? I think it was like the minute Sean turned 18, I think that was kind of the end of that part, right? But he did lots of music until he passed away. I think it was in 2005 is when he passed away. But the thing is, Sean Lane is on this particular track. Now, mind you, I just told you, 2019 is when this album came out. Now, the only original members you've got are Jim Dandy and Ricky Lee Reynolds. Rest in peace for Ricky Lee, right? Johnny Bolin, Tommy Bolin's brother, on drums, and other various people in the band at that time. I hate to say this, Black Oak, Arkansas, since at least 1975, has been a revolving door. There is just so many. They claim, I think, that the most lineup changes in a rock and roll band is Black Oak, Arkansas. I think that I could have sworn Guinness World Book of Records even said that too. For country, it'd be Asleep at the Wheel. There's been so many teams. Anyways, but Sean Lane is on this track, and the reason why and how is because for some reason Black Oak in the mid-90s was recording in Sean Lane's recording studio. Supposedly they didn't know it was Sean Lane's studio. Sean happened to be there. Next thing you know, he does some guitar passes, if you will, which got captured to tape. And so this is, I do not know if this is the song that was intended for the guitar passes, but I still think it's quite interesting. Yes, thank you very much for saying so. Yeah, please check out the new Jukebox from Hell, Spaghetti Incident, Hot Time Hanging with the Kitty, Back of His Fur Full of Fleas and Gritty. Yes, Elias of Sun Hello. I've played that album before, that is for sure. So we present for the Daily Dandy, Black Oak, Arkansas, Do Unto Others, featuring Sean Lane. And this is from Purple Pyramid Records, by the way. They're a subsidiary of Cleopatra. Just look at that gang right there. They look like a bunch of misfits. They maybe aren't VC misfits, but they're close enough. That's right, Do Unto Others from the album Underdog Heroes 2019 with Sean Lane, his guitar parts from the mid 90s. New one, supposedly. Actually, some of the members of the band have, and a couple of the members that are now in the band were there. Actually, two of them were there when Sean Lane was there. So, you're talking about 78 to 82, right? That are back in the band. Unfortunately, they weren't on anything that was legitimately released. Simon Bar Sinister is still in jail. But there is a bootleg of Sean Lane stuff called Savage Innocence from Black Oak, Arkansas, which I'm trying to look for that. I do not know if it ever came out on vinyl. I do know it came out on cassette because I saw the cassette, but I would love to find Savage Innocence. Not only that, they did a couple covers, I guess. Stone Free from Hendrix, if you can imagine that, from 80, 81. They covered that, and of course Heartbreaker, which Dandy liked to play that after Ruby Starr's death. Yes, The Devil's Jukebox from 2023 is the all covers LP that I mentioned before. Johnny Bone's final LP, of course, before he left and then passed away. And then Ricky Lee Reynolds, I think, is on 8-track. That is about it. And he's been gone since 21. So it's just, But so supposedly they're talking double album coming out in 26, but I'm not going to hold my breath on that. It took a while. What was it before the Underdog Heroes? Or wasn't it? The last album was Wild Bunch from 99. That's 20 years. I'm like, what are they trying to do? Outdo Boston and Def Leppard combined? By the way, not that we asked for it, but supposedly New Boston coming out sometime in the next year. That is the music news I'm hearing on Boston anyway. Problem is, no Brad Delp, no Boston. Sorry, that's just how I feel about it. Anyways, I think I'm gonna. Speaking of that, I'm gonna set up one that I think you guys are gonna like. But what is the best? Okay, hang on a minute. Sorry, there's a Ruby Starr album sitting in the bin of my local. You should, if it's reasonably priced. I mean, I would say if you can find them for $5 to $10, grab it. The one that I really regret not getting, there was a band called Ruby Jones. They cut an album out on Stax in 71. I think it was Stax. And I want to say Curtis Mayfield had some involvement in the production of that album, but Ruby Jones was Ruby Starr's first outing. Okay. And they wanted like $15, $20. I just didn't have it at the time. By the time I went to go get it, it was gone. So I was kind of pissed off about that. Cabal Records, CABAL Records, they have an official website. They have secured the licensing for most of the Ruby Starr stuff, the known and the unknown. There's demos and stuff that came out too recently. Toby is so spoiled, for God's sakes. Yes. She loves her mommy and daddy, though, I'll tell you that, especially when it's feeding time. What is the best? Oh, now that's not fair, though, Ivan. What's the best American Southern rock band? Oh, man. Okay, here's what I think most of the public opinion would say. Either, what was that?
Dewey Cox.
Oh my God.
Dewey Cox. Yeah, that's right. It's Dewey Cox. Oh, boy. Hey, Dewey, you want to drop acid with the Beatles?
I got it.
Yeah, Dewey Cox. So, rock hard. Walk Hard. Yeah, Grey Ghost. Definitely if it's got Ruby Star and Grey Ghost. Some of the Grey Ghost people actually ended up going to they're on the Black Oak Arkansas Capricorn LPs. Like they just morphed from Grey Ghost to Black Oak. The Slim Whitman band, that's right. Yoda Leahy. But I would say, I think, Ivan, back to your question briefly, I think as far as for maybe what these Southern rock band fans would say is either a two-way tie between Lynyrd Skynyrd and the Allman Brothers. I'm guessing, okay? But, I mean, let's face it, though. There was, Hatchet was there, 38 Special, but they were later. Skynyrd and Allmans were there, along with a few other ones that probably aren't as well known, were out in force in the Southern rock in the late 60s, But Molly Hatchet, 38 Special, Outlaws, Doc Holliday. There's a whole bunch. There's just a whole bunch that you just could keep going on and on. And I know I'm forgetting people. Marshall Tucker, things like that. Yeah, Allman Brothers, see? I think the Ruby Star, if it's 10 in the decent condition, pull the trigger. I don't think you will go wrong with it. I love her voice. Great to see Jay Marshall here too. All right. We got here a three-way a Beatles solo session spotlight. See, I did say the Beatles were going to be mentioned, but this is a feature here where the solo Beatles go on other people's records. So from July of 93 for this first one, it's Paul Schaefer. Remember Paul Schaefer? Saturday Night Live, went with David Letterman, Paul Schaefer and his Most Dangerous Band. I think that's what it was called. They ended up doing an album, though, in July 93. Yes, see, very much. And Slim Whitman rocks. Fight me. So this song here that I'm going to play from that album is called Mysterious Ways. Now, basically, it's the whole band that you saw on David Letterman, so the Paul Schaefer band, right? But Ringo does a voice part here. And so I present to you Mysterious Ways. Great. I better knock it off, I think, on that. Paul, do we even have good Southern rock artists anymore? We had some great artists in the 70s and early 80s, but I've not found anything since. Blackberry Smoke is one that came to my mind. Blackstone Cherry in its own way. I think there's a am I thinking Dirty Honey? Of course, there's also Devin Allman's band. There's still there's still some good stuff out there. You just got to dig around a little bit. That's all. The Marshall Dillon band. That's funny. Yeah, with Festus on lead vocals. Festus. I had an album from Festus a few years ago. Ken Curtis, right? Was Festus? I don't know if I'm getting that right. Pardon me a second. I'm gonna add something here to the queue that I wasn't gonna do. Let's see here. Okay, good. All right. Here we go. Yeah, Southern Culture on the Skids. Oh God, what the hell was that one? Oh man, that's driving me nuts right now. They could be Southern rock. They could be blues rock. I'm not sure how we want to play that, to be honest with you on that. But yeah, Southern Culture on the Skids. That's another one. Oh my Lord. Raging Slab was another one. I actually dug Raging Slab. Maybe I'll play that too. I haven't played that in a very long time. Raging Slab. Yeah, there's all kinds. Let's see here. Sorry, gang. Yeah, I'm only going to play a part of this. Just a little bit, maybe like a minute, because I ain't in the mood to get dinged by these people either. With Farming Crystal. The band that does Life before Insanity album. Yes. We'll play that in a little bit here. Let's get to the second tune from the solo session spotlight. We're going from this was recorded in May of '98, although it did not come out until '92 or '93 on a European import. This is one of it was sessions that were done during Del Shannon's final album. Morning jacket. And so what you have here is you got, of course, Del singing. On background vocals, you've got three Wilburys. You've got George, Tom Petty, and Jeff Lynne singing background vocals. Now, after Roy Orbison died, Del Shannon for 2 seconds was considered to be I don't want to say replacement Wilbury. Duane Eddy, of course, was also considered, but this one here is a song that all three that I just told you about are on, singing background. I present to you Hot Love. That didn't sound right, but you get my drift. And more. Ringo's on it, Klaus Vorman's on it, Dr. John's on it, and Jeff Skunk Baxter, and others. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a listen on that. All right, from April 1975, More and More from Carly Simon. That's right. How many guys bought No Secrets just for the cover? I know what you're talking about. I always thought she was pretty, at least in the 70s. I read her book. I think she maybe made 2 books. I read the first one. I thought it was quite interesting, actually. Well, you know what? You can never go off and say that I don't listen to my people. From 1994. No complaints here.
Same old ceiling, staring down from above. Got the same old girls, not giving me the same old love. Same old clock tells the same old time. Once again I'm losing the same old mind. Stacking away, the feeling strong. That I've been doing the same thing for way too long. I need a change to make this end. I'm stuck in a rut Same routine, it's the same old dog. Evening slumps have become so predictable.
Is that right?
Tell the same old problems.
Why? I'm curious.
Same old friends. It's the same old solution again and again. Stuck in a rut, the feeling's strong. And I've been doing the same thing for way too long.
Oh.
To make this end, I'm stuck in a rut again.
And I'm proud of you guys too. Thank you. I really do like this. I'm gonna have to seek this out too. Nice. That's right, from 1994. Stuck in a Rut from the Bottle Rockets. Yep, same people who did Radar Gun. I didn't even know about that album, the Stuck in a Rut one. I'm gonna have to check that out. It's pretty heavy or hard in a good way, a bit like Government Mule. Yes, please and thank you. It's always welcomed. All right, so let's see. Let's play another slice. I'm not going to play the whole thing on this, but we'll play like maybe a minute or so of this one. That's about as hard as they get. They do some songs where it's just the lead singer playing whole hammer banjo and singing, and it's really good. It's called Welfare Queen. Maybe we can play that on a different show. I would not mind that whatsoever. So let's this is one that I remember. I saw the band live on MTV, I think before I saw the video. And I was just like, wow. And it took me a real long time to find the album, but I do have it in my collection. From Raging Slab, Take a Hold. Guys, Raging Slab. That's some stuff to go seek out. I don't know if they ever put that back in print though. So you may have to find a used copy. And to tell you the truth, I don't know if that's on vinyl. Nashville Pussy. Yes, I've heard of them. I have. I think my friend, my I think my friend Scott from Capron saw them. Actually, yes, Spalding in the house. Indeed. Yes. The timer is up. The correct answer is to the question, who was the 20th Beatle? It was Psycho's Platters. All right, maybe not. See, I wasn't going to say the 6th Beatle. You know, I got to be humble here. We're almost at an hour and a half. I've got one song left in the queue. And the reason why I put this one in here at the last minute was because, in my opinion, it's a damn good tune. Some of you people may not even know about this song. This song here is from 2007. Now, I told you, supposedly, Tom Schultz and company might be making a new Boston album or something by next year. And I'm like, why? What's the point? No Brad, no Boston. That's how I feel about it. So, you know, even though they made, there was maybe about like Corporate America came out in 2002. I really had a good time. It was the best one off of there. In fact, it got slapped onto the Boston's Greatest Hits, the reissue of it. Okay. It was that good. You know, you had back to the old school Boston sound, or at least back to like third stage era sound. So, you know, I know that, what was it? Before he died, they were working on another album that a couple songs, he was on a couple songs or something. Faith, Hope, Love, I think it was. But it wasn't the same, in my opinion. Yes, PJ Toby. That's right. That's great. So for this song here, which should have gotten airplay, should have gotten more recognition, I tripped on this maybe about a year ago. So what you've got is you've got Brad Delp, you got Barry Goodrew, and you got Sid Hasheen from Boston. So you have 3/5 of the classic Boston original sound. And they at least, Brad, this was like released shortly before Brad's unliving. Okay. So I present to you what's known as Delp and Goodrew's Rockin' Away. See what you think of this. Right.
I was born a singer. It wasn't something I planned. All I ever wanted was to be what I am. I was just 13 years old. I heard a record that stopped me cold. I bought a Sears guitar and I started to jam. Yeah. Nothing could be any better. The music could be the letter. I was feeling it back in the day. We were rocking away. Just me in my room with the Beatles. Almost over my guitar with the needle. Just as like they were stuck in my brain. We were rocking away. Rocking away. I grew up in the 60s. 67 was the summer of love. Those were times when the music had something to say. Used to ride with a rock and roll band. Made a demo, it was was more than a feeling. We shifted off and we thought we were well on our way. Well on our way. I remember we all got together, held our breath as we opened the letter from the ragged execs in LA. They sent us back on our way. While the suits had halted to fight us, nobody wanted to sign us. It was clear there were dues left to pay, and we kept rocking away, rocking away. Yeah. Since we wrote those songs, now when we play and people sing along, I bless the fans who stuck with us all in the way. What can I say? Nothing could be any better. It was more than a feeling whenever we were kicking it back in the day. When we were rocking away, no one could feel any better. The music fits me to the letter, and it's not very different today. We keep rocking.
That's right, Beetlejuice. I heard about that.
We're still rocking today. Yeah, we're rocking away.
Yep. That's right. That's right, from 2007, Delp and Gadrew, Rockin' Away with Sid Sheen on drums, 3/5. That's the reason why I love doing what we do here. I still love to talk with everybody. I kind of was wondering where everybody's at today, but maybe everybody's busy, and that's quite okay. It doesn't always have to be guest laden, right? But one of the few things I'm going to be asking for, and my birthday will be on a Saturday, and coming up in less than a month. But damn it, I want all 10 boxes full that day. We're gonna have ourselves a birthday palooza, if you will, for Psycho. Why? Because I damn deserve it. That's why. And I think you guys would love to see it too. I know I would. You know what? Once again, I thank you for taking the time out. You know, whether you're watching this live or the replay, and taking your time out to be able to watch me and our music and the people here that come up on screen or in the chat. It is an amusing show. We do try, damn it. You know, anything to relieve ourselves of our troubles and cares in the stupid world that we live in. And yes, no, it would be funny for a 24-hour birthday stream. I am not George Borden. I'm not. George Borden is George Borden. There's no way in hell. I think my longest stream that I ever did was like 4 hours. I did a 4-hour one once out of the history of Psychosplayers. I think I did a 4-hour. I've done a couple 3 and 3.5s, but I think I've only ever done like it was like 4 hours and 5 or 10 minutes or some shit like that. But we had a lot of engagement that day. We did. But I just want to thank everybody, like I said, and I don't know, spread the word. I'd love for more people to know. I keep trying. I wish, I mean, we got this, right? But I kind of wish that I could have a radio station like that. Could you imagine hearing this on the radio? Maybe people wouldn't turn the dial. They wouldn't change the station because they're like, what the hell is he going to play next? I'd have like a 5 or 6, well, at least a 4-hour radio shift. You wouldn't know what the hell I'd be playing. I used to do that in Chicago. I had a 3-hour shift, 9 to noon on Saturdays. I call it the hangover crowd. I would go like from, I don't know, Nirvana to, what was that? I went from Nirvana to the Brady Bunch, Black Sabbath to the Banana Splits. When was I played Trouble, old school Trouble, and went right into Partridge Family. You just don't know what the hell I'm going to play. And that's what I like. I miss that shit. I miss being a DJ. I am a DJ. I am what I play, as David Bowie said. And it's true. We almost got almost 30 people in here tonight again. That was really nice. And I you guys are like really true and faithful to this show. And I thank you. I can't even begin to even tell you how much that means to me. But I'm going to shut up for now because in a little bit I got to take the kid to work. I don't know when the next one's going to be. I really don't yet. I know I was looking at Saturday. I know Mason and I were supposed to do a stream, like a part 2 of the Brian Wilson tribute. But I'm not sure if that's happening or not. At this time, I have to talk to different people about it. But if it does happen, we'll do it there. Yeah, The Last DJ. I haven't played that album in forever, for God's sakes. I won that on a radio station. How convenient, right? All right, guys. I love you all. I really do. And time for an old fat bastard to chew a record. Good night, everybody. Psycho's Platters is a Love Peace production.